Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, do me pronounce.
I
Hare
pranam to you. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna. That's Mataji, the reference for yesterday's session was chapter 9, verse 22.
Okay.
I will share on WhatsApp as well, Bhatho, while you are here. Yes, it's chapter 9, verse 22.
Chapter 9, 22. Okay, I shall read that. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So let's do the Mangla Charan, take the blessings from Acharya, from the Lordship, and we will resume our overview of Srimad Bhagavad-Gītā. Feel free to join with me. Om. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanajanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupaha Karamayam Darati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurun Shri Yudhapadalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashchat Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gurudev Maharaj ki jai, Samaved Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Hare Krishna, everyone. I welcome everyone back, and let's resume back where we left last time. So we did chapter 1. Chapter 2, we need to summarize where we left, which was the practical applications of the knowledge of soul. So if we go back, we have seen so many different unique characteristics of soul, and each one of us is individual soul. So each one of us is Atma, and these are the characteristics of that Atma. So if we focus on that, then what we do with the body. So all these characteristics, they belong to the soul, but the body is who is going to implement everything. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Jai, good to have you. So nice to have you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. All the blessings for you. Well done.
Thank you.
So we are revising chapter 2, and we will see what are the differences between Karma Kanda, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, which is chapter 6, and then Bhakti Yoga, which starts from chapter 7. And We all do that once we have the knowledge of soul. So the knowledge is called Jnana. It spells from J, not from G. And the soul
Krishna
is
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Chaitanya, Hari Hari Bol. So good to have you. So good to hear from you. Hare Krishna. I hope you are doing well. I hope your younger brother, Govinda,
Yeah.
doing well.
Yes.
So good to have you. Right. Maybe at the end we will do Narsimha Aarti. I know Krishna Chaitanya is very nice in Narsimha Aarti, and Aaron was doing Aarti just a few minutes back here, but we will do Narsimha Aarti together, which is great. So Karma Kanda, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga. If you think about it, in all the Vedas, Upanishad, Purans, these are different routes given. Now different people take different routes. Now Krishna has said we can take any route we like. However, the best route, Krishna says, so Arjun gets bewildered. Arjun gets very confused. Arjun says, Krishna, why are you giving so many different routes? Just let me know which is the best route. Krishna said, well, I'm giving you all different routes because all different people are different. You know, my favorite color is green. Somebody's favorite color could be pink. Somebody's favorite color could be orange. So based on the people's background, we will say the rasa, the guna, which means the background in terms of actions, the background in terms of the karmas, how the environment, what kind of past previous karmas we have done, the actions we have taken. Our mentality could be different, our understanding could be different, and different routes will attract to us. And this is what Krishna said, that's why I've given so many different routes. That doesn't really matter what kind of person is there, as long as the person has the desire. So once what happened, that Srila Prabhupada ji gave a great lecture, and he mentioned this. So we need to do this. And then Prabhupada ji was going. Prabhupada ji used to go from one place to another giving the lectures in Bhakti Yoga. And so Prabhupada ji went straight to the car and he was about to drive. Then one of the devotees who just attended his lecture ran to him and he said, Prabhupada ji, you said we need so many different things. We need to do the mala, we need to do the reading, we need to serve devotees, we need to go out and we need to do the book distribution, we need to eat prashadam. But Prabhupada ji, what's one thing? Because I can't start with all together. What's one thing we need? And Prabhupada ji said, one thing which we need is the desire, right? So we need to have the desire that we would like to get near to the God. We would like to get a bit spiritual. We would like to have the love of the Godhead, because we know all other love in the world, including parents' love, they are very temperamental, which means that they are very temporary. Now we can understand even the body is temporary, which means even the parents and the children, they are temporary. So somebody who is temporary, how could their love be permanent? So Krishna is the only one who's always there, and Krishna love is always there. So that's why we say the whole focus, the whole aim and objective of Bhakti Yoga is Krishna Prema. Krishna is Krishna, Prema is love. So love towards Godhead, so which comes out in Bhakti Yoga. And there are many examples. We might have seen Mirabai. She used to sing so many nice bhajans, Surdas ji, Tukaram ji, and there are so many different. In Vaishnavas, we have so many, Rupa Goswami ji, Sanatan Goswami ji, Jiva Goswami ji, Rupa Bhatt Goswami ji. They all were great acharyas who were in Bhakti Yoga, and they used to sing so much. And they used to serve everyone because they used to see Krishna in everyone, right? And if we need to reach to that level, then we need to gradually progress, right? So somebody will say, oh, I want to go to Oxford University. I say, okay, you need to clear your A level. They say, okay, I will go A level. I say, no. Before you do your A levels, you need to do your GCSE. Okay, I will do GCSE. But before you go to GCSE, you have to do your year 9, year 10. So wherever we are, if somebody is in year 1, we need to do year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then we get to the university level. So this is what Krishna is saying, that doesn't really matter wherever we are. Somebody likes cooking or somebody likes eating. So we cook for Krishna and we offer to Krishna and we eat prasadam. Somebody likes music. So in that terms, we should sing Krishna bhajans. We should sing the artis. So whatever our interest is, we need to spiritualize them. And that's what we see Krishna explains there. So now we get to each one of them. We did it briefly. We will go back again, revise. Karma Kanda. Right. So Karma Kanda is when people do things for the benefit. Now, one of the great example I can think of is when there was an old man, right? Imagine you visiting a temple and there was an old man sitting right at the front of temple. It doesn't happen, or at least I have not noticed here in London, or all of the temples I've visited in UK, I have not seen, but in India it happens a lot. But when you visit the temple, then many beggars are there. And especially North India, it could be very cold. So imagine you are visiting a temple and very old, thin man there, and he's just shivering from the cold like that. And then two friends were walking by, and one of the friends said to the other friend, well, you're so rich. Why don't you give your coat to him? So he was wearing the coat, not the jumper, but the coat, which is very expensive. And the guy said, okay, let me give it. So he took his coat out and he held in his hand. And the friend said, what are you waiting for? The rich friend who had the coat in his hand, he said, well, let some people come around. When I will offer this to this beggar, people should see that I'm rich and I'm sharing what Krishna has given to me. Now, this is what we could call, or something could fall in the category of karma kanda. That this person is doing something, and of course he's expecting something back in return. And what's going to happen with that returns? That's what we call sense gratification. Senses, our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, so, or our mind, our false ego. In this case, the false ego. This person thinks, oh, I'm good. And then when other people will see, other people will say, wow, what a great man. So his false ego will get even more glorified, will become even big, much, much bigger. However, in bhakti, it should be other way around. Our false ego should go less, 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 and in one day it should disappear altogether. But this man, he's doing good karma, but he expects something back in return. And that's what we call karma kanda. So we do a lot of things on this planet. On this planet, we do a lot of good things, but we are here on the planet Earth. If we do good karma, we will go higher. If we do bad karma, we will go down. So this is what we call higher planets, lower planets. And it says you are here. So we all are here, right? On planet Earth. Bhumandal, Bhuloka, planet Earth. So what do we want to do? We want to do good karma, so we will go higher. But we actually want to do even pious activities to go out of this material world. Otherwise, what will happen? We will go maybe to the heaven. We will enjoy ourselves. Once our pious activities, our good deeds will finish, we will fall down again. We don't want that, do we? Nah. So imagine the same friend now, 2 years later, because he's coming to the temple, he met devotees, he got into good association. Now when he comes around and he saw maybe another, or maybe the same, maybe not the same, because the previous beggar already got his coat, but there is a new guy who, and the coat is also called jacket in this country, in London, in UK. So this time he's wearing another new jacket, new coat. And then he thought, okay, let me give it to the other beggar who is shivering with the cold now. But this time when he's giving, he's not thinking of anyone else. He's just giving it away. Why? Because he knows it's a good deed. It's a pious thing. Krishna is watching, Krishna will give. Initially, he was thinking that others will think. This time he's thinking Krishna will give, which is a level better. And that level is or what we can say karma yoga, where we do the karma, but we still expect something back in return. But what we expect back in return, that might not be for our senses, that might be for the heavenly planets. So there is a thin line between karma kand and karma yoga. But in karma yoga, we have three different types of yogas, karma yogas. We have negative, right, which is not good. So karma means action. We can do the action, right? Without expecting anything in return, we can do the actions. But when we expect something, so a thief is there, or burglar is there who is going to steal things. When they do things, they do the action. They are also working hard, but they are doing wrong things. That's called vikarma, vikarma, karma, vikarma, which is wrong, bad things. But then we say karma, which is like normal things, but still we expect something back in return. We do good things, but we still expect something back. But then when we do akarma, which is we do the good things, but we don't expect anything back. So when this is third time, maybe a couple of years later, now this rich man is chanting and he's doing devotional service. He's going out and doing the book distribution. He's enjoying himself and he's so full of gratitude towards Krishna. This time when he offers things, so he comes around, he sees another beggar. He got even more expensive jacket, the coat he's wearing, and he takes it out and he gives to this other beggar. This time he's not obviously worried about other people. He's not even worried that Krishna will give. What he is thinking now is, thank you, Krishna, you have already given me so much that I would like to share with others, right? So I hope you could see the difference between three. The first time, the person was thinking, let other people come, let other people see that how great things I'm doing. The second time, he's not worried about others, but still he wants Krishna to record it, that I'm doing good things. But the third time, he's not expecting anything in return. Rather, he's full of gratitude that thank you, Krishna, that you have given me the opportunity that I can serve someone, I can help someone, right? So if you have the knowledge you can share with someone, you should be thankful, because Krishna says that I have given you the knowledge, I have given you the remembrance. That's what Krishna says in Bhagavad-Gītā. Sarvasya chaham hriday sanneshto mata smriti jnanam apohanam cha. So mata smriti. Smriti is the remembrance. Jnanam. Jnana is the knowledge. So Krishna is saying, I have given you the knowledge. So sometimes when Aryan and Shivani there, and one of them, maybe let's say Shivani is younger, Shivani would ask something from Aryan, and Aryan is thinking, and I said, well, you should take this opportunity that Krishna has given you something. Maybe because you are good in maths, you can help your little sister. You should not feel proud that, oh, I'm good in maths, I will help you. No, thank you, Krishna. You have made me good in maths, so I can help my friends, I can help my little sister. So this is the way, if you think, we will always, whatever we will do, we will excel. We will try to do best of our capability. Not because others are watching, not because we are expecting something in return, because we know if Krishna has given us some skills, we need to utilize those skills to help others. This could be while you're cooking. This could be while you're ironing. This could be while you're cleaning. This could be while you're playing sports. This could be anything, right? If you are good, if Krishna Chaitanya is an elder, he's learning shlokas, he can teach those shlokas to his younger brother, Govinda. I'm sure he must be learning anyways from his mother, right? But if Krishna Chaitanya is reciting those Bhagavatam verses at the front of Govinda, his younger brother, that his younger brother will automatically learn. Right? So this is how Krishna is explaining.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. This is how we are learning. Krishna is teaching to Arjuna the different ways we go forward, right? So the final one we said is Nishkam Karma Yoga, also called Akarma. So Vikarma, negative, karma, sometimes we call sa-karma for the good karmas, where we do good things, but we expect good things. But a-karma, when we do karmas, but we don't expect anything in return, which is also called NKY, Nishkam Karma Yoga. It's called Buddhi Yoga because we need to have buddhi, we need to have intelligence, working without fruitive results. That's it. If we do that, that's what we call Nishkam Karma Yoga. Devotees are supposed to reach to the level when they do Nishkam Karma Yoga. So devotees don't stop anything. Devotees, oh, of course, there are bad things, because there are 4 regulative principles. So devotees will not do 4 things, but everything else we can do. But how we will do, that's the main difference. Remember the example I gave in the past, where there are 2 incidents, very similar incidents. So one of the guy was walking in the jungle. Somebody, a bad guy, stopped him and said, "Give me all your money. Otherwise," he took the knife out. He said, "I will kill you." And then the guy was miser. He said, "Okay, take my life, but I will not give my money." It happens. And the bad guy put the knife in the tummy, and the rich man died. Right? The other example, other rich guy went to the hospital saying, "Oh, I got pain there." And the doctor said, "Oh, well, we need to take your appendix out. Your appendix is hurting you." And the patient said, "Yeah, please go for it." And the doctor took the knife, put it there in the tummy of the guy, and the patient died. Right? Now, if you see in the both examples, the thief, the bad guy, also put the knife in the tummy, and the person died. Here, the doctor also put the knife in the tummy of the patient, and the patient died. In the both cases, the action was the same, the result was the same. But what will happen to the bad guy and the doctor? Doctor, nobody will say anything. Doctor tried saving the person, right? Good guy. The bad guy, police will be after him. So we need to be careful. What do we do? What are the intentions behind it? And that's why Srila Prabhupada ji said, everything is in the consciousness. How do we do things, right? What do we do? How do we do? Remember the example? In all 3 cases, the rich man takes off his coat and he's giving his coat, he's giving his jacket. In all 3 examples, but his consciousness was different. In one case, he was thinking others should praise me. And in the second example, he thought Krishna will count for it. Krishna will give me heaven. Krishna might give me a superior place to live. In the third way, thank you, Krishna, you have already given me so much. Everything is in the consciousness. And that's why Srila Prabhupada ji said, ISKCON, International Society of Krishna Consciousness. Right? So Karma Yoga went further. Krishna explains something we call dualities. So devotees, they get rid of dualities. Now, what is a duality? Duality is 2, right? What kind of 2? Loss or gain, happiness or distress. Remember, this is material world. We will always lose something, and we will definitely gain something. We will always be happy. Well, not always, but there will always be the cases when we are happy, and there will definitely be the cases where we are not happy. Because after the whole day of light, at the end, whole day of light, the night will come when it's darkness. And at the end of the night, full of darkness, the day will also come. Right? And this is the time for other story. Another story. Okay, I think we did this. This could be in very much detail. Okay, we will do. So I will just mention briefly, and in chapter 6 we will see this. So what do we call here is Sankhya, right? What do we see here is called Sankhya Yoga. The Sankhya is when a lot of devotees, if I say, the meditators, they leave the world, they leave the society, and they go on top of mountains, inside the cave, in the jungle, somewhere. They hide. They don't want to do anything. That's why it says inactivity. But devotees, they do Buddhi Yoga, or what we call NKY, Nishkam Karma Yoga, which is full of activity, which is full of working. So we do this bit, right? But Krishna has explained that this is also there. So those who get involved there, they also reach to this level. And there are many examples like this. So Swami Vivekananda ji also did that. He left everything and he went on mountains. Then later on, he realized, it says at the end, they will get transcendental knowledge, jnana. And that jnana could be actually buddhi. And once they got jnana, what they will do? They will jump on this side. And then they will start doing devotional service. Right? So as Krishna says, at the end, we will have to do the devotional service. If we follow any path perfectly, at the end, we will get to the devotional service. We will get to the bhakti level. So this is what it is. So we will do Sankhya in chapter 6, because that's full of it. Okay. Now the story I was about to give. All right. Okay. You might have heard this story. The title of the story is Everything Happens for Good. Anybody remembers this? Kobe, Brilliant, and LeBron James. Hare Krishna. We got some new devotees, which is great to have. All right. Okay. Everything happens for good. Right. So this is the positive attitude devotees have. So even in COVID, when we might be unlucky that we might have lost someone near and dear ones, maybe our family members, maybe the friends, but still one of the priests in a temple, he was one of the top 10. So the very first time in England, 10 people, when the 10 people lost their lives, it was published in the newspaper. And one of those 10 was one of a great devotee from Bhaktivedanta Manor, the temple we visit. And still devotees were very happy because he left his body peacefully. He left the body in Krishna consciousness. Whatever he stood for all his life, he followed right at the end as well. And it was very reassuring for many others. And there was another devotee who left a couple of months later, and the same story. So devotees, of course, devotees miss other devotees because devotees miss association. It's in the Krishna consciousness, the ABCD is A for association. So that's the very first thing. If you don't know anything, just get the association. Somebody will say, oh, I don't know cooking, I don't know how to sing, I don't want to read. Okay, no worries. Just get in the association. Just find a devotee nearby, visit the devotee, speak to the devotee. If you go to the temple, go with him or her and keep in the association of devotees, and we will see sooner or later we will develop all those habits, the good habits, and the bad habits will automatically go away. It happens. It happens. You might have seen in your schools, right? Those students who love drawing, they might be good friends because they could talk about drawing. Those students who love mischievous things, they get together to do mischievous things. How does that happen? Well, that happens because if you have a common goal, then you could speak to other person. You could get engaged. You are in association. So that's the first thing we said. Then, of course, B is for books, book reading. C is for chanting, and D is for the devotional service. And then we can go further and further. But these four are the pillars, or the ABCD they're starting off. So now what do we see here? That if we do bhakti, then the great example is given. And the great example is here. That whatever we do, so the mother is teaching to child the Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Shivani actually won Shivani won a book from the temple. She did a drawing, and her drawing may be the best in her class. And the teacher was very happy. Teacher said, okay, I will give you that book. And the book is based on Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji childhood pastimes. So every night I read books to kids. And since Shivani got that book, I'm reading that book to Shivani, right? So kids, they always love reading. So if we need to read Krishna books. There are so many of them. Friends, they like gossips. They love talking to each other. Talk about Bhagavad-Gītā, the stories of Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhuji, Chaitanya Charitamrita. So many examples. The mother is cooking in the kitchen, mother or father. Then when we cook not only for the family members, we think of Krishna. Oh, Krishna, we're going to cook this for you, right? And of course, when we do the deity puja, then we always think of Krishna. We do the cleaning because we like everything clean for Krishna. So whatever we do for Krishna. We keep Krishna in the center, right? And this is what we call bhakti. We perform duty in the knowledge, in consciousness, material detachment, which means, of course, if we are talking about Krishna, we are not talking about those things we are not supposed to talk. And more we will attach towards Krishna, we will automatically detach from those things which are not Krishna consciousness. And the great example is when we walk, when we climb on the steps on the staircase, let's say. We could be a ladder, but let's take the example of staircase. So let's number the staircase. 1, 2, 3, 4. First step, second step, third step, fourth step. Now so if I'm right-hander, I always put my right feet first, right? The right foot first. So my left foot is on number 1 step and the right foot is on number 2. Now, as I'm climbing up, automatically my previous leg will get detached from the previous step. So from 1 to 2, then the number 1 foot, the foot on number 1 step, will go to number 3. It will automatically detach from number 1 and it will attach from number 3, right? So we don't really need to worry that we are taking the leg away. We just need to think, oh, we are climbing up and automatically we are moving away from the previous ones. This is how it happens. We don't even have to worry that we are not Krishna. We are not Krishna consciousness. We just need to think of being Krishna conscious, and those things, those impurities we have, they will automatically go. For example, if there is something made up of gold or silver, we put it in fire and we will see automatically the impurities will go away, they will burn. And this is what we call bhakti. This is what we call Nishkam Karma Yoga. And Srila Prabhupada did it. There were many examples of that. We can think of that. Then Srila Prabhupada, there are made so many examples from Srila Prabhupada we can discuss. So Buddhi Yoga, Nishkam Karma Yoga seems to be the top priority. We will see Krishna says bhakti is the best option we have. Any question anyone has so far on anything we have discussed? Everyone is so great. Everyone understood everything in one go, which is amazing. Right, let's continue. Feel free, as I always say, always up for the discussion, the questions, anything which doesn't make sense to you. Feel free to raise your virtual hand or just unmute yourself and speak, or just write anything in the chat. So today, Ishan is not here and Adi is not here. So Ishan is full of questions, which is great. Adi is full of questions and Adi loves to drop the chat. So it's always good to have an engaging conversation, right? So any question at any time, feel free. We don't have to move further if we have any question pending, okay? Any question on anything. So right, so to understand Buddhi Yoga even better, and these are the verses. And if I have not already done, if anyone would like to have this presentation is of roughly 60 slides, has been done by another Prabhuji. So I've borrowed from him. And this is the overview. I have not checked, but I think this might not be the overview of all the 18 chapters, but still is the overview of first few chapters. So I can share with you if you want. And right here, what it says, 2.39, 2.40, 2.46. These are the verses. So chapter 2, verse 40 says this. Chapter 2, verse 46 says that. Shloka 46 says. So characteristics of Buddhi Yoga. If somebody is in Buddhi Yoga, how? What does that mean? Resolute in purpose. Like on that path, Krishna says, there is only one aim, which is Krishna Prema. We don't have any hidden agenda that we want something. No. So when the child would do something for the parents, it's just for the pleasure of parents. Not that, oh, I want that chocolate from parents. I want that toy from parents. I want that iPhone from, or maybe the Apple Watch from parents. No, we do it because we are supposed to do the prescribed duties. Dangers of not being in resolute. Like, no, if we will not get into Bhakti Yoga, then what will happen? We will discuss a lot. Things will fall down. We will not able to do things properly. And this is the advice of Lord Krishna to Arjun. That Arjun. So what we say, be free from all dualities. What did we say? That we would like to be. So we will not. Now people might think, oh, well, dualities, you said no loss, no gain, no happiness, no distress. But of course, we would like gain. Of course, we would like happiness. Now what Krishna is saying, that the anxiety comes from the gain and loss. Remember, if you will get being devotees, we are not supposed to gamble. Imagine somebody who gambled and won a lottery. You know, people go mad. Oh my goodness me, I got 40 million pounds. What am I going to do this? I will go on holiday. No. I will buy a great big house there. Oh, first of all, let's just throw a big party. Let's enjoy. A lot of people do it. And I will give you an example. You might know a great series of Hollywood movies called Harry Potter. Now in Harry Potter, there were 3 characters. Well, somebody said the recent one came out as well a few years back. But there were 3 characters there. So Harry Potter, Harry Potter's best friends, those 2 friends. And one of the friend was a female. And that female, of course, when Harry Potter got so popular, so famous, then these 3 characters, they got a lot of money. But the female, she was a party animal. What does that mean? Of course, not when she started. She was very young. But when she got into biz, she started throwing such a big parties. Little girl. Well, I think initially she was not even a teenager. But as soon as she turned teenager, because she had the money, she didn't know what to do money. She did that, right? That was unnecessary, but she did it. Why? Because she just got that money. Now that happiness, what happened with that happiness? A lot of material attachments came from. A lot of material attachments come from there. Of course, what you can do, you can call devotees at home, or you can go to the temple. You can always celebrate. There are so many different ways of celebrating in Bhakti Yoga. Every morning, 4:30 in the temple, devotees are singing and dancing, right? So it's like every day is a party. So you don't have to wait for the special occasions to celebrate the party. So this is what happened there. Another example, another great, well, there are many more, but a great, very young footballer, Manchester United hired him and gave him, I think, a couple of millions per week. That was his salary, couple of £1 million per week. He could not, that was happiness. He was full of anxiety. What did he do? He bought, I think he was a teenager the very first time that happened. He bought a Ferrari, right? A teenager could not, well, of course, then he waited, I think, for a few months, he turned 18. On 18, without much experience, he gone out on his Ferrari. What did he do? A big accident. Luckily enough, because that was a Ferrari was very safe as well as very fast. So because of the fastness, because of lack of experience and control, he did the accident. But because it was a safe car, then he was saved. right? I think there were a few things here and there. He was out of action, but he was back, which is great. And so many of those examples are there. So what we say, the happiness will come and the sorrow will also come. The loss will also happen, the gain will also happen. But we don't really need to be very happy, and we don't really need to be very sad, right? We need to be, and this is what we say, in Sanskrit, the word is sthit pragya, or we need to be established in equipoised. Equipoised is equal. Happiness, gain, happiness, unhappiness, loss, gain. Everything is happening. Everything is Krishna's plan, right? If you remember that, then we are always happy. So rather than happy, I always say we are always blissful, because we know the true nature of ourselves, which is the spiritual soul. Now another story comes in. And in the story, it says, everything happens for good. Right. Well, this is a story I think I've told you before. Let's go for a new story. Maybe this story I haven't told you before. This story is even more apt at the moment, more relevant. In this story, what happens, and the title of the story is, This Will Change as Well. This will change as well. So what happened? There were 3 brothers, and there was a father, old rich father, dying. So he's about to die. And he said to his brothers, his sons, all 3 of you, you just split everything between you, because I'm old, I cannot take care of things. Please, you go for it. First 2 brothers, they were greedy. What did they do? They said, oh, well, okay, this younger brother of ours, youngest one, he doesn't know much. He's not that mature. So let's do this, that you and me, first 2 brothers, they said, you and me, let's split everything between 2, 50-50%. They did that, everything. So the old father had cars, houses, the land, farming land, and a lot of jewelry. Both brothers, they split 50-50%. The father was very old, very tired to say anything. And they said that they called the youngest brother and said, well, we have split everything in 3, and we could not split our father. So us 2, because we are much wiser, we have split the money, the wealth between us, but we have kept the most important thing, the most expensive, worth is the highest among everything, which is our father, and we would like to give the father to you. And the youngest brother said thank you, and he was very happy to have the father. The father said, oh, my son, they have made fool of you. I don't have anything. I've already given everything, whatever I had, I've given. So you're not going to get anything from me. Go and fight with your brothers. The youngest brother said, well, now, you gave them the opportunity to do the split. They are my elder brothers. They have split wisely. They have given you, and you are my share. So let me take good care of you. So he started taking good care of his father. And then there was a time his father was about to die. When his father was dying, his father had a ring. And his father said, see, I'm dying now. I don't have anything. This ring I didn't give because this ring is very important to me. I would like to give you this ring. And he gave that ring to his youngest son, and the old rich father died. And then the youngest brother, youngest son, was very upset that the father is gone. He was crying. He didn't want to eat because for a few years he was taking good care of his father. He wasn't thinking of anything else. And while crying, he took that ring out because that ring was the last memory of his father. And he was thinking, he was looking at that ring, and then he realized something was written on that ring. At the back of the ring, something was written. And he saw what it is. He got magnifying glass out. He started reading. Could you guess what was written there? The words were golden. Something which we should always remember. And the words were, this will change as well. So there are previously the golden words, everything will change, or everything happens for good. Everything happens for good, right? Good or bad, everything happens for good. And we have seen that story. This is story, this will change as well. So the youngest son thought, oh, this is a teaching from my father. I don't need to be sad, because this will change as well. And he started working hard. What happened? He was sad, he didn't have money, but he always looked at the message of the father that this will change as well. Next morning, he went out, he started working hard. In the night, he comes back. He said, I didn't make much money. He looked at the message on the ring. Oh, this will change as well. He started working harder and harder. One day, he made a lot of money, slowly, gradually, right? When he had a lot of money, he did not jump out of happiness. He did not spend extravagantly making parties, because he still remembered the message from his father. What was that? This will change as well. When I was poor, I will become rich. But if I'm rich, I could become poor. So he was free from all the dualities. There was no anxiety from the gain, and there was no anxiety from the gain. On the other side, his brothers were greedy, right? They split everything together. But what happened? Because it was not their money. They didn't have the wisdom from the father. They spent all that money and they were poor. So when they had everything, they had the anxiety. Oh, we have so much money. Let's enjoy. Let's do the party. They didn't think that this will change as well. And when they were sad, there was no message from the father to remind them that don't be sad, because this will change as well. So this is the moral of the story. Be from all the dualities. Why? Because this will change as well. If you had a loss, this will change as well. One day you will get gain. And if you got gain anything now, this will change as well. If you got less marks in one of your subjects, you don't need to be. Of course, figure out, take the corrective actions, figure out why you got less marks. But you don't need to be full of sorrow. Just start crying. No, there's no point crying. Right? When here in the family, for some reason, Arya or Shivani cries, I say, okay, take your time. Sit on one side, cry as much as you can. Because the time spent in the cry will not make any difference. Yes, once you're done crying, then come out and let's think what went wrong and take the corrective actions. Why? Because we know this will change as well. And at the same time, if your favorite subject, science or maths, you go 100%, don't just be full of self-ego, proud. I got the best marks. I'm the best one in the class. No. Why? Because this will change as well. This could change as well. Right? So this is what Krishna is explaining to Arjun. And imagine if we all live our life like that, we will be full of contentment. Whatever we have, we will not be very happy. We will not be very sad. We will be equipoise, and we will continue our devotional service. And this is the art of work. When we do things, this is what we say. You have a right to perform your prescribed duty. Karman, this is a verse from Bhagavad-Gītā. And then the word is used is equipoise. Perform your duty equipoise. Not to be happy, not to be sad. Equipoise. So remember, and observe yourself in the whole week. And then when we meet next week, think of this. Can you do that? Is it possible to do that? Right? Okay. Because we cannot control the fruits of their actions. Okay, this is the next section, which we will take it from next Sunday. Any questions from anyone on anything we have seen so far? If any one of you could not read, then this bit is Hindi. Oh, sorry, it's in Sanskrit. But what we call the alphabets are Hindi alphabets, but the language is Sanskrit. So it says, and Ma Faleshu Kadach. Right, so, well, this is the whole verse we have. The main concept is that we can do actions. The choice is with us to do action, but the fruits we cannot. Like I always say, being students, we can work hard. Oops, okay. You want to type something? Hi. Well, rather than hi, what we can say, Hare Krishna. All right, okay. Great. Right. Krishna Chaitanya, I wonder if you'd like to do Narasimha Dev's Aarti, or would like to sing Hare Krishna for us, or Jay is there. Jay would like to sing.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. So Jay is there. Jay, please go for it. Jay.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Prahlad Ladaraine. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha.
Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha.
Shilatanakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Parato Narsimha. Yato yami tato Narsimha.
Yato yami
tato Narsimha. Vahir Narsimha Hirate Narsimha.
Vahir Narasimha Hirade Narasimha.
Narasimha Janaram Prapade.
Narasimha Sharanam Prapade.
Tavakara Kamalvari Nakha Adbhuta Shringa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Nanuvringa Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadish Hari Jaya Jagadish Hari Jaya Jagadish Hari.
Tab kar kamal vare adbhuta shringa dalita hiranyakashipu vinga keshavadita narahari rupa jaya jagadish hare jaya jagadish hare jaya jagadish hare.
Jaya Narsimha Dev, Narsimha Dev, Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev.
Jaya Narsimha Dev, Narsimha Dev, Narsimha Dev, Jaya Narsimha Dev.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj.
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha.
Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
It's a pleasure to hear from you. Hare Krishna. Very nice. Anyone else would like to sing Hare Krishna? We still got a couple of minutes.
Prabhu, can I?
Yes, please go on.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Krishna Chaitanya. Thank you. With
Thank you.
that, let's close today's meeting. Srila Prabhupada ki jai,
Jai.
Maharaj ki jai, Samved Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much for your association. I look forward to see you all next Sunday at 6 p.m. and we will continue with rest of chapter 2. Hare Krishna. Take good care of yourself, everyone.